This is a special edition of Oscar Talks. I'm sorry, I just had to jump on the computer to make this happen because I was taping my PSA for Micheline Etkin, a good friend of mine that is part of the Casa Brazil board. And that's why you see me wearing this very tropical shirt today, because I was taping a PSA for Casa Brazil. So Micheline owns a skirt with this print. And then I told her, why don't you go get dressed so we can jump on Instagram and do an Instagram live, which we did. And then little by little, everything scaled up to do a special edition of Oscar Talks. There you go, because it's what I talk when I talk. So I have with me the leaders of Casa Brazil. Casa Brazil is a local nonprofit that helps children in Brazil, to feed children in Brazil. I'm going to show you their website. This is Casa Brazil's website, and they are planning a fantastic event this upcoming October 10th. And we will be talking to the board of Casa Brazil about the event and about what can we expect for that event. And it's all going to be done basically to go, let's say, because he said it's going to be an event with a national dish from Brazil called Feijoada. They're going to tell us what a Feijoada is. And also they're going to tell us what a caipirinha is and how can you order a feijoada, buy it, either you pick it up or gets delivered to your door, and help this organization, this local organization that helps internationally to families and kids in Brazil. So I'm going to introduce in a minute, my good friend Micheline Etkin. She's a local philanthropist and an advocate for everything or all things good in town and abroad. So Micheline Etkin, with a group of other local Brazilians, created this organization by the name of Casa Brazil. You can go to the website again, casabrazil.org. I will put a ticker down below with some information. So hello, Micheline.
Hi, Oscar. Thank you again. We're here together. First, we're talking about the children in Lebanon that Casa Brazil is helping. Now, Casa Brazil is going back to send all the food to the kids in Brazil. So just so you know, to your viewers, the money got delivered in Lebanon is going to be transformed to food. And they're very grateful to your help supporting Casa Brazil for the Lebanon campaign.
You guys do an amazing job.
Yes,
so thank you for doing all what you do. So the audience knows about this. We went through a tough time globally with what happened in Lebanon, a very bad situation. By the way, I saw there was another fire today.
Yes, in the port. Yes, I know. Wow. It's terrible. The situation there is so bad. Can't even tell you.
So we know, so everybody knows as well, that Brazil and Lebanon are very tight because there is a large community of Lebanese community in Brazil. That's the reason why Casa Brazil felt that it was the perfect moment to go send funds and help people.
Yes, because all the Brazilians are so connected to Lebanon because we have more Lebanese in Brazil than Lebanon. So everyone has a story. Everyone grew up like you. You grew up with Lebanese families in Colombia.
Yep.
You know how you get connected to the culture, even though being such a small country, we got really connected. And thanks for the attitude of Graça Martinez, who is the president of Casa Brazil. This idea came from her, and she gathered 5 girls and said, "Hey, I want to start an organization. We're going to feed children in Brazil," and we jumped on it immediately. It's me, it's Mônica Carpentieres, Rose Silva, Priscila Sachs, and Graça Martinez, and I think those are 5 of us. And then we have an incredible board, which is my daughter, Caroline McLean, and Isabella Martinez, which is Graça's daughter-in-law, and Michelle Lombardo, and Joe Sachs. Joe Sachs might as well be our our board founder too, because she does so much, Joe. I don't know what we would do without Joe.
Yeah,
And
she
then,
manages.
and
So
yes,
Joe Sachs is with us, and she manages this foundation with
she's
Grasa
incredible. Yeah.
Martinet. Like like discipline. Let's
Yeah,
get
she's
these
the
things done,
president. Yeah. And
and
then
we love it.
Dani, of course, Dani's in the picture. She lives in Fortaleza. She's the one I've known since I was 14 years old, my childhood friend. We trust every cent we raise to her. And she is our angel that takes that money and transform it into food. And that's
So
why we trust every penny. And it's 100%. Our organization is 100% volunteer. We don't pay anybody, nobody. At the contrary, we put money out of our own pocket. The travels to go there and see the children, like Isabella's been there, Gracia's been there, my daughter's been there, Joe. I mean, it all comes from their pockets. We're not, whatever everybody gives to Casa Brazil goes straight to transform to food to the children.
and that's when you find a nonprofit that is giving 100% and more to the community, because
Yes.
you are not taking a portions of the funding to pay the staff. This is
Yes.
absolutely volunteer. I mean, it's all volunteers, and
All volunteer.
that's what I help year after year, because I think it's very noble what you guys do.
How many times you helped us?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because when Micheline talks, then you have to be there. Micheline says, Oscar here, and Joe calls you, you have to be there. But okay, so I'm going to start bringing the rest of the people from Casa Brazil that they are available at this time at night on this very special, I call it a special edition of the little show that I'm doing that I'm able to talk to the community. So with me, we're going to introduce Isabella Martinet with us and Michelle Lombardo with us, and then we're going to talk a little, and we have a special guest in a minute, Joe Sachs, whose phone has a little bit of an issue, but we're going to try to get her with us.
Before I forget, we have one man, one new board member, which is Luis Gustavo. He's now living in New York. Just so you know, this has been all women for almost 17 years. Now we have one male. So poor guy, he gets abused by us, but he does a good job helping Casa Brazil.
Say that again. Anyway, it's only 8:24 and we're talking about other things. But okay, Michelle, how are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having us.
Good. Thank you thank you for last minute tuning in. I was just doing the PSA and then I talked to Micheline and so on and so forth. But let me see your shirt most of all. That's a shirt.
Casa Brazil.
I love that shirt. And then we have with us Isabella Martinet. How are you, Isabella?
Hello, doing well. How are you, Oscar? Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for tuning in. Just all of a sudden, I told Micheline, we need to create momentum for this. Why I have the channel, we have the time, why not do it? So here we are. So I want to ask each one of you how long you lived in town. Micheline, how long?
Almost 30 years, 29 years.
Okay,
I've been
29 years. How about Isabella?
I think around 10.
10 years? Okay, how about Michelle?
I've been back and forth between here, Brazil, and Miami, but a total of 20.
20. Okay, so I win. I've been here for 22 years. And how often do you go to Brazil, Micheline?
I try to go yearly, but this year didn't happen. Nobody went this year.
Yeah, this year is like 2020 for the records. How about you, Isabella?
Yeah, we try to go once a year during like summertime there, Christmas time, but who knows? We haven't been this year. Last year, I had just delivered my baby, so she was a month old. We couldn't go. Yeah, now we'll see. Don't know.
Okay, how about you, Michelle?
I try to go every 2 years. You know, it's hard when the kids are in school to do that because we want to go in the summer because it's the best time. Our winter, Brazil's summer.
Yeah.
So we only get 2 weeks off and not the full 2-3 months that you would get if it were summer here versus there. Right.
What am I thinking? I need to go. I know that Monica Carpentieri invited me and my husband Gary to go to Rio. They have a beautiful beachfront apartment, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going. Why not Sao Paulo? Let's go. It's like, whatever. I love Brazil. So I've been to Brazil. I love it, and I'm very close to the Brazilian community. Thank you for honoring me years past with an ambassadorship for Casa Brazil. And I'm doing what I can to give you guys a hand and to stand for that ambassadorship with much honor. So I want to ask the next question, because we have to explain, quote unquote, to the audience, more so Americans, about what is a feijoada. So you guys, who's going to take the lead on answering that?
Michelle.
I'll say it. So the feijoada is our national Brazilian dish. And if I were to compare it to anything in the United States, I would say it's closer to a stew or even like a chili, because it does have black beans, which is its main component, but with an addition of sausage, pork, and beef. And you eat it over white rice. And then you have a ton of accompaniments with it, which is kale, which is actually what a lot of people are eating nowadays, very healthy. Oranges, farofa, which I wish I could explain that. It's just delicious.
Yucca
Feijoada. Yucca flour.
Yeah,
It's like a powdered yucca flour, and I love it on black beans. I don't think I could eat it any other way. And vinagrete, which is kind of like a pico de gallo that you kind of put on it, and it's absolutely delicious. And it's just our national dish, and we love it.
And then, okay, when do you serve this national dish? When do you have this national dish? When do you eat feijoada?
Year round.
In Brazil, every
every
Wednesday
Saturday,
and Saturday
with a samba party.
Yeah,
That's
every
what people
Saturday.
do in Brazil. Saturday is feijoada day, year round. And
my mom have made it weekly.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's the one dish the entire country shares, because Brazil has a lot of different traditions depending on the state, just like here, I guess. But the one dish that the whole entire country eats is feijoada.
That's delicious, by the way, because I had it before, and it's wonderful. I mean, if I had it here and I had it there, and it's just delicious. So
let me do a correction. It's not kale, it's collard greens.
Yeah, collard greens.
Collard greens.
And by the way, we have a vegetarian option for our Casa Brazil feijoada. So
I found all these ideas here of what a feijoada is, so you can Google it. So
there you go.
You have plenty of feijoadas options.
Yeah.
So locally, we're going to have a catering business, correct? That is going to help us to bring this feijoada to life.
And they are volunteering. The two chefs are volunteering. What's their name, Isabella?
Inaie Ramalho and Katiucia.
I'm going to tell everyone who's listening, repeat the names.
Inaie Ramalho with corporate caterers, and Katiucia McGovern.
Okay, so Katiucia and Inaie, thank you so much for, first of all, for your time and for giving your yourself and your volunteering for putting this together to create this. Now,
I want to congratulate Katiucia for second year winning the best in Focus Brazil. She just won it again. I'm going to congratulate Katiucia.
So let's just put that in the banner. Micheline wanted to give a shout out. I love it. She's like, who wants to give a shout out? Raise your hand. Micheline. So the other part of the feijoada. So we know what a feijoada is, and that's the other part. It's a brigadeiro. What is a brigadeiro, Micheline? Micheline is showing us here in camera what is a brigadeiro.
Okay, it's absolutely melt in your mouth. It's chocolate, truffle, caramel. That's how I can describe it. It's a caramel, truffle, chocolate mixed together, and you cook it for a while, and then you cool it down, make it into little balls, and it's all handmade, and it's unbelievable. I'll be making some, and I'm volunteering to make some brigadeiros, and this is gonna come with the feijoada.
So then you're going to order the brigadeiro. So that's Congress Katiucia. Is that the way that it's spelled?
Katiucia.
So it's
Oh, there's an I.
No,
I missed.
the I.
I mean,
the I.
The I. Okay, because we have to give awards we have to give praise to those who make a difference. So there you go. That's Katiucia. So congrats for Infocus Award, Katiucia. So brigadeiros. Back to the chocolate truffle brigadeiros. Do I get a brigadeiro with the feijoada that I ordered?
Absolutely.
He's just screaming down there because he said it's a wonderful chocolate truffle.
These are all for Gary. Oscar, the problem here, every time I send Gary brigadeiros, he never gets them. I am sick and tired of you eating all the brigadeiros on the way home.
It's all Hugo's fault. In my house, it's all Hugo's fault.
Leave it done.
But okay, so then you get the feijoada, and then you get a brigadeiro, and that it has a cost of $50, and it's two servings, so two people can eat out of $50. Correct?
Yes.
So you are delivering this for extra $10, or people can go to Mesa and then pick it up. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
That's correct. So then the last day that you can order it, I'm just putting the ticker down here because this is going to be on YouTube live, and then people can revisit all this. So the audience can go and order and all this. So you have until October 3rd to order this.
Yes.
Correct? The feijoada. And then it gets delivered October 10th.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Between
How else
11 and 1 p.m.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, 11
11
a.m.
and
too.
1.
And there is veggie option too.
Yes, there is a
Right.
veggie option.
Oh my God, you guys are doing that. I'm like, I haven't had dinner. I'm like, oh, this is so delicious. So, so my other question to all of you is, if I don't want to order or I don't want to eat feijoada, how else can I help you guys? How else can I help Casa Brazil?
Isabella.
There is a donate button in our website too that directs the person to PayPal. So we accept donations through PayPal or checks.
Okay. So the reason that we have to deliver this year is because we're not able to be together, and because we're not able, unfortunately, we know all the situation that we're going through as a society, and then I understand that, or I remember from last year that we were together at the Jewish Community Center, and it was a fantastic party, and it was a fantastic time. You guys do an amazing job. So how difficult was the process of planning all this year, not having that option?
Very challenging, challenging, because this is our biggest party of the year. We really count on the feijoada. We get almost 350 to 400 people, and we have the samba Z, we have caché capoeira, an amazing silent auction, and kids can come. It's a family gathering. We get really a good part of our money that we need to last us, till next year. And unfortunately, we're counting on, the goodness of the heart of the people and your viewers and our friends and family to help us during this feijoada, so we can at least gather part of the money, because I know we're never going to be able to make it all, unfortunately, unless a guardian angel shows up and say, hey, this is going to be, all you need. But we are hoping that we get enough to hold us until the end of the year. Remember, we never miss a day. In 17 years, we've never missed one day to feed these kids.
Yep.
That's
So
a
basically-
big responsibility, a huge
It's a big
responsibility.
responsibility.
And the challenge this year was just like you said, the setup and the challenges everybody's having to run into, which is Zoom meetings, and we had to make everything digital and update our website with our portal with an option for people to purchase the feijoada online. And now we're having the big challenge to drive those people that are used to going to our parties and enjoying that gathering with their families live, driving those people to our website to purchase the feijoada. So that's our big challenge now, is having people purchase the feijoada in advance through our website.
So everybody, we had to pivot, figure out how to do the next steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was showing some images of Samba AZ, which is a local group of Samba dancers that year after year they donate. So sad we're not going to have them this year.
Yeah, we're sad.
But
Yeah,
I
very
have-
sad.
But I have an idea that I'm going to talk to Angelique. I have an idea. Now, you guys can see each other here on the screen. We have an audience. We have the dancers. I know they are a very tight group and they are rehearsing. So I have an idea to see if it works, to see if we can raise some extra funds. Because we did it recently with Valley Youth Theater. I don't see the reason why we cannot do it for this. Let's see if we can make it work. It's last minute, but the idea here is just to continue to raise funds and help the community. We have a treasure in town with Samba AZ, and year after year, they donate their talents and their time, as well as a Che Capoeira, to make a party that this year is not going to take place because of COVID. So thank you to all of them. But I wanted to make sure that if I'm trying to bring Casa Brazil from last year, so we have some images from last year. How was last year? How much did you guys raised last year? If anybody knows, how much money did you guys raise last year? Do you remember?
That's a great question. Out of the top of my head, I do not have that number.
Okay.
I think it was
But
close
but
to
Micheline,
in
do
the
you?
early 24, 25.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of work to raise $25,000 to
A lot of
feed.
work because we don't
500.
charge much. We don't charge much, Oscar. We really,
To cover everything
you
we
think
don't.
about it, we charge $50 for the whole party. I mean, this is 50. Now we're charging less because we're cutting it in half because there's
And
no
there's
party.
no show.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have no show. But so you
Yeah, I
can't
think it was
really
around 20.
attend an event with that much production, with all those entertainment and
Dessert.
entertainment for the children. The children come and they have entertainment for them. People that can play and have face painting and braided in their hairs. We always have stuff for the kids. We have a beautiful silent auction, and this time we don't have that, so we cut the price in half. So it's basically 25 a person, but we're selling it 50 for two people. So I mean, we're struggling really. It's a struggle.
It's been a tough year.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for everybody. And then I just stopped in this picture here because you can see that even through the tough times, everyone with their masks on, you continue to do your job. You continue to do your work.
Oh my God.
I would say if even more now because we're helping entire families. The families seek the food on the table. Before, kids would come to the school or the projects and we would provide the snacks and the meals there. And the food baskets, during Christmas time, during the beginning of the year but now we're having to provide food baskets every month to feed the family. And then we were doing weekly and daily the beginning of the pandemic. We're doing daily meals where they would come and receive like a Tupperware filled with, a meal to take home to eat with their family.
It was kind of similar to here.
Yeah.
This picture here, this man went to a place where there's no electricity. This house back there has no electricity. And Danny was telling us, they found volunteers to go to those areas. They actually volunteered their car, their gasoline, everything. They're amazing people with such good heart that they just come out of anywhere just to help these families. And we are so blessed that we have that support in Brazil, that there are volunteers that are willing to go to a little house out in the middle of nowhere with no electricity, and they took a basket of food for them.
Yeah.
So this is when you truly want to make a difference, you find a way to do it. When you truly want to help the community, when you have the urge to help, which I think is what all of you do. And I just more power to you for all of what you do. This is just incredible help to a large community in Brazil, which is part of your community, like miles and miles away from Brazil. But I just also want to show some of the people that support Casa Brazil, like Billy Joe Herberger. that I spoke with her this morning, and I'm sure she's watching because they watch every Wednesday night the new podcast that I'm doing, and then she says that she watched. But it's a labor of love. So then you are expecting to raise how much this year? These are pictures from last year, it was a fantastic event. You guys did an amazing job, incredible job.
Well,
We're
usually
hoping
we
to
have
at least sell the 400 feijoadas, right?
Yeah, we're hoping.
that's what we're hoping. And then we
Yeah, that's
also
our
have,
goal.
in November, we usually do also our luncheon at Vincent's on Camelback. And once again, that's going to be another event that we're not going to be able to do. So we're hoping to get as many people as possible to, contribute to this Feijoada event and
There's Erica
purchase.
Dickey.
Oh yeah, there's Erica Dickey. I just saw it with Joe. And talking about Joe, I think we have her online, and she is.
She came
Let
back.
me see. She's coming back. Let me see if we don't have crackle or anything like that, so we can talk to Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hi. I just want to know that last year we paid $25,000 for Feijoada.
25. Okay.
25,000.
25.
Yeah.
1,000. Yeah.
25,000.
It's our biggest event.
Yeah, it's our biggest event.
So you raised the biggest money with this event.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is a huge responsibility for you guys.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. And Oscar, we mentioned that men that was in a very poor community without electricity and water, but we also branched out to a favela in Rio that's really well known. We also helped some other communities that we don't usually help.
I know you're a teacher, so I have a question.
Yes.
For those that they don't understand, what is a favela?
A favela is a slum. So if people are familiarized with pictures of Rio and you see like mountains that are near the ocean, they sometimes have all those, right? Those slums, the gatherings, the houses that were built right by the ocean. Those are the favelas. They're really well known. They're in movies, City of God. Actually, that was the favela where Casa Brazil assisted a community this year during the pandemic.
Two communities, because we also partners up with Rodrigo Luz from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, Brazil. He's the leader of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, Brazil, and he found so many people on the streets, hungry, just hungry, like they couldn't, crying, children crying of hunger. He just remembered what we do, and we immediately said, Rodrigo, we're going to help you, because he started getting his volunteers from EKR Brazil to make food at his house and take it to these people on the street crying of hunger. So we at Casa Brazil said, okay, here we are. We're going to help you help these kids too, and their mom and dads, whoever's crying on the street of hunger. We can't allow that, you guys. People shouldn't be dying of hunger today. Really, it's heartbreaking. This is impossible to think about. In 2020, people are still crying and dying of hunger. So whatever we can do, we're going to do whatever we can do. If we can take 6 people out of the street from hunger, we're happy at least to do that.
So on top of the hunger that you are expressing, we have the current situation with COVID, which Brazil being one of the countries that has the most it's been most impacted in South America. So the problem of the hunger gets worse, I can imagine. So Casa Brazil is there to help. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Yes, we helped during the pandemic as well.
So I'm showing a picture of what I found of one of the favelas. Thank you, Isabella. Professora Isabella, because Isabella is a teacher. So thank you, Isabella, for that. Yeah, this is one of the favelas, and it's perhaps unknown to Americans and unknown to us here in the Valley.
And if we think about hygiene issues too, we also helped with hygiene kits because you see the community is really tied together, right? So you have a lot of problems in that sense as well.
Yeah. So then your work is, I mean, truly a work of love, because you also bring, for what I understand, music to help the kids and the families to go through these tough times and use music as a therapy to continue the work, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And that is a slum in the northeast of Brazil, in Fortaleza. I got the pleasure to visit them, and I took that picture. It was one of the most like life-changing experiences I've gone through in my whole life. We had to roll down our windows to go through the streets to be able to reach this specific location. It was very, very like I get emotional to talk about it because being a teacher and being so involved with kids and seeing the love and the passion that these teachers and these kids go to this project and dance and you know, they have everything going against them. They're in a very violent area, in an area that is, you know, surrounded by drugs, by violence, guns, and those kids get out of their homes and get to this project and find peace and find, you know, like happy souls that are there willing to share their time with them, willing to share their passion for dancing with them. So it was truly life-changing to go there and see the project and see the kids that we help, and just get like so much love in return for something, you know, so little that we do for them, which is just providing food and the energy that they need to grow and to grow with self-assurance.
So basically, it's a labor of love. It's like you are there.
It's a labor of love, and all the teachers
love.
there are volunteers too. So we're working with a network of volunteers. Those people also started this project. You know, they leave their families every morning just because they want to make a difference in their community.
Incredible.
And that's what, yes, it's incredible.
So if you are a volunteer for Casa Brazil here, or if you want to volunteer for Casa Brazil here in the States, what do you do?
Well, basically, we most of the volunteers help us with the parties. So it's like either setting up or gathering anything that we need for the party, or with donations, or the silent auctions that we have. Now our volunteers are just busy bees trying to get people to go to our website and buy our feijoada. But other than that, is just helping with the parties, which are our main source of raising funds. Because apart from donations, we really mainly raise funds from parties. The three parties that we throw each year.
So every single event that you do is not a party for a party. It's all put together.
No. Yes.
With volunteers, and it's put together with a reason, and the reason is just to raise funds. So you are continuing on providing the services in Brazil,
exactly.
including the slums that you just mentioned, and even to Lebanon. You guys, like Micheline was just mentioning, that goes all the way to Lebanon. So your impact goes a long way. So I want to bring back Michelle and Micheline just to perhaps give us more information. Information that perhaps you don't know, or you can't remember, or you don't want to leave on the table, for people to know.
Michelle, você está escutando?
Michelle, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
Eu não consigo.
They're talking if they are listening. So I'm translating from Portuguese into English as this happens. So
press the tab.
Press the tab. Exactly. You press the tab. So I just wanted to ask, Micheline can hear us. So I want to know if you have anything else that you want to add that you don't want to leave on the table. It's about 8:50. I have to go for dinner. You guys have to go take care of the kids as well. But I wanted to do this special time for all of us and for you guys to communicate to the audience about what is happening, so we can continue the raising funds this weekend. What can they do?
So I would like to mention, as far as this event, that you can find where to purchase the feijoadas and for delivering all that. You can go to our Instagram page, Casa Brazil, or our Facebook page,
Casa Brazil
or our Facebook our Facebook page, and over there you'll actually find a link or a button as well that you can just press. It'll take you directly to the site, and you can purchase your feijoadas there, or you can just go directly to our website at casabrazil.org.
And then that means the only way to buy a feijoada, there's not a phone number. Is there a phone number? I mean, they can call me for all that.
There are two phone numbers on our website as well.
So we have
Casa, for Joe and Graça.
So if you want to see, for Joe and Graça, so if you want to see, these are my notes because I was putting together that a PSA that I was just talking about.
Oh,
so it's like, yes, there's vegetarian option.
Yes, vegetarian.
Yes, there's brigadeiros. No, there's no caipirinha. But
I'm coming up with a recipe to send to every feijoada that's purchased. Will get a recipe for the caipirinha. But I can tell in advance that you need to buy rum or Brazilian cachaça, sugar, limes, and have ice on hand, and you can make that.
It's very
amazing
simple.
Drink.
Literally 3 ingredients.
So
and
finally, a glass of alcohol, a cocktail in this house for a long time.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I would like
I haven't had a cocktail in a while.
Our main event. I would like to reinforce that this is the main event that we raise funds from. So we need everybody in the community to support us in this event. You get a delicious meal. It's only $25 per person. And if you don't want to eat the feijoada, buy it and deliver to a friend, or have it delivered to a friend. Right?
It's a beautiful gift.
So if you don't want to, if you know a friend that you maybe perhaps think that he would enjoy a meal,
or just in need, maybe somebody just had a baby and can cook for her family.
Exactly.
What a great gift to give to somebody.
You're giving me ideas now. I'm just like, hey, by the way, here. And then, are we gonna?
It's a feijoada.
That's the feijoada. By the way, what's that? A feijoada? Figure it out. Google it. But
there's teachers out there that are doing the virtual with their families, and they're at home with their children. They don't have time to cook for that's a great gift as well to give to educators.
So
or even healthcare.
Go, Michelle. Or healthcare.
And we don't have this year. We don't have T-shirts because I know that you guys are wearing a Casa Brazil T-shirts. So do we have?
Oh, I have my
T-shirts?
button.
I've got mine.
Can we sell those?
That one.
Can we sell those?
No, wait.
If we had enough, but we don't.
We have new ones that are coming out very soon here.
Yeah. We have ones that support the Amazon that should be coming soon.
Yes.
And can we place pre-orders?
That would be great. We have to see
a Zoom meeting coming soon.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if you. I'm just giving options.
Yes.
I'm just giving options. So if the audience wants to know more about all these efforts by this incredible local group, I'm going through all the pictures here on your Facebook page. Is Casa Brazil, or INC. INC. This is the Inc. So the Facebook page is Casa Brazil, INC, which is Incorporated Inc. And then the page for the foundation itself is casabrazil.org, which I just passed by a few minutes ago. So it's Casa Brazil.
On Wednesday, maybe we'll have more information about the T-shirts. It's going to be I Am Amazonas. And it's going to be a beautiful Casa Brazil T-shirt, very fashion. It's going to match my skirt and your shirt.
Micheline is lifting her skirts. Thank God that microphone, that camera is there. I don't want to pay for anything.
There's my skirt, you guys.
I don't want to come up with explanations of why Micheline was lifting her skirt. But
whoa.
Well, Micheline.
The phone is dancing.
That's Brazil. That's Brazil people. That's my people. So
let's see. Fun.
We're always having fun. So
we're bringing the party to you, right?
Exactly.
Clearly, Micheline, I have to call her to see if she's okay. Apparently, she's okay.
There she goes. She's back.
Now I have a brigadeiro if you want to bite.
Too many brigadeiros.
Do you want to bite?
She's got a sugar high going on here with the brigadeiros.
Too much sugar for Micheline. So I want to bring Joe back. Pass it over. So Joe has issues with her sound, but thank you, Joe, for being with us. Thank you to all of you. Like, this is Brazil love, by the way. Sign of love.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of you in Brazil through here. Thank you for all the work you do with the community. This was amazing. Just all of a sudden, have the opportunity to talk to all of you. This is what I believe all this is for. All these broadcasts finally worked during a pandemic. So we're able to create this community even if it's through difficult technology, because technology is not easy. But here we are promoting this. So thank you to all of you. I'm going to let you go. It's 8:56. Thank you so much. Any final words from anyone?
Thank you, Oscar,
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
having us and for helping us. You are truly amazing.
Thank
I
you.
do
Thank
what I
you so
can.
much for
God bless
promoting.
Our beautiful ambassador, and thank your other half. I know Gary. You wouldn't be doing this without Gary because he's helping you so much. Thank you, Gary, for being his little assistant, always in the background.
So I want to give you more information. I had a dental surgery, and right now I'm a little bit in pain. So I'm just going to go. But thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Beijos, that's how you say it.
Beijos.
Beijos.
Kisses in Portuguese. We love you guys.
Beijos.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
That's gracias.
Obrigada.
That's thank you. Oof, we're learning a lot of Portuguese today. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you, Micheline. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Joe. That was it, guys. A 1 hour with our local Brazilian community. So please help this Brazilian community. Place your order before October 3rd, as it says on the ticker down below, at casabrazil.org. You can pay via PayPal or check. And then your feijoada, which we just learned what feijoada is, and your brigadeiro, we just learned what a brigadeiro is, and a recipe for your caipirinha. We know what a caipirinha is. If you don't know, call me. I'll let you know what it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful drink. That's a picture of the feijoada. You can order your feijoada, and then for $50, you will have 2 servings, and then you can pick it up in Mesa, or for $60 will be delivered to your house. So thank you so much for joining me. This was all of a sudden, like I said, this is just decided to do it because we need to gain momentum with this. So thank you so much. This was just something special. Talk to you soon. Bye.
you.